Okay, welcome back. This story is a Vice story, and it's not a gross one. Sorry about that. There'll be some more later on. A key to any undercover operation is informants. And we got an informant one time that told us that this gentleman, suspect, what you want to call him, was dealing in heroin. He was selling heroin for products, for burglary products, for anything you might steal out of cars or something like that, or radios or whatever. And so we had a meet. And what I did was I went down to property and I checked out. It was an old electric typewriter. We could call them Selectronics, I think it is, from IBM. And at that time, in the 70s, they were pretty high-end typewriters. They were $500. And so we checked one out, record all the numbers and everything, and I had two of them. And I was going to meet this guy in a parking lot and exchange it for heroin. So and so what I did was I was already dressing bad anyway. So I had some people that I knew, some senior vice officers came and they put marks on my face, put a teardrop on my eye, they put outside my eye, they put some heroin marks on my arms in ink, make it look really good, and dressed like a heroin user. And then we set up a meet. And we also found out that this guy is also a pimp. And he had apparently working outside of a bar in a parking lot selling dope, but he had two girls in the bar that were hookers. And so he would either give you money or give you women, or both, depending on what you wanted. So we arranged to meet in the parking lot in a car, in an undercover car. And this is the old days. Nowadays you see cops, everything's wired, you can see video. This is just me and him in the car. I got a guy standing outside like a wino as my backup. And I got a gun in my boot, have a gun in my shoulder, just in case something happens. That's how we did it in those days. We were pretty much alone out there without cameras and whatnot. So I meet him in the car, and we're talking. And I won't mention, it doesn't matter what his name is. I'll just make a name up. It doesn't really matter. He's probably dead now. Anyway, say his. I don't need to say his name. Anyway, I met him in the car, and we're talking. And we met him in the car because of the informant. So we're talking, and the informant, this gentleman, I'll call him G. He tells the informant to leave. The less people, the better. So that's good. I thought, excellent. So the informant leaves. He's gone anyway. We're going to pay him for his services later. So we're talking. And he goes, what do you want? And I have to play the part, like I explained in another story, of a heroin addict. I'm kind of like, I have to, as excitable as I am now, I had to shut it down. If I'm a 10 now, I have to go to a 1. And I'm like, yeah, well, I need some stuff. And, and then I'd stop on purpose, I just sit there and I go, yeah, because I'm play acting, man. Okay, I'm getting an Academy Award because I want him to see what I'm doing. And he knows heroin addicts. That's his job. He does that. So I'm sitting there and I wake up, oh, yeah, man, And then he said, well, what do you have? Oh, man. Well, took a while because I'm really slow. So I had a blanket in the back, so I reach over the seat and I pull the blanket off, and there's those two brand new typewriters. And he goes, oh, what do you want? And I go, he goes, what do you want? I go, oh. I said, well, I want some Caballo. Caballo was a term in those days for heroin. And he goes, I got some. Okay. So he goes like this, and he hands me a couple little packets. I go, hey, man. Let me tell you what the way I sounded. I go, hey, man, this ain't nothing, man. And he goes, well, apparently that's all he had. So he wanted to do some negotiating. So he goes, how about some, how do I use this term? P-U blank blank Y. It pertains to women. Okay, and a cat. Okay, anyway, and I'm going, oh yeah. I kind of jumped up like I'm really excited. Then I go back down again. I go, where, man? He goes, well, in there. He points in the bar, in there. And I said, well, do they know me? He goes, no, we get done here, man. I'll go inside and tell them you're coming. And we knew what was going on here because of the informant. So my I had one partner covering me, and the other two partners were inside the bar waiting to see what's going to happen, and they're also operating the bar independently to see if we can get multiple things here. This bar is nasty. It's got heroin addicts going in like me, then you have heroin dealers in and out, then you have whores. I mean, this place is really jumping for illegal vice activity. So I go, okay. Again, I'm acting like I'm down. Right? So he goes, come on, let's go. So I open the car, and he's in the back already grabbing his stuff. So I carry one, he carries the other one. We go over to his car, we put it in his car, and then we go into the bar. And the whole time I'm giving signals. We have these visual signals. I have two supervisors sitting in a car over here. I'm giving them signals that everything looks good. My partner's following me kind of slowly away, following me into the bar with this guy. And there's two gals sitting over there. And believe me, this isn't Hollywood. This isn't Angie Dickinson working undercover. These are two prostitutes, probably, 5 foot tall, 175 pounds, okay? In their 40s. Dressed good, though. You can see a lot of leg. And when I mean a lot of leg, not necessarily a lot of leg, I mean a lot of leg, okay? You get that's a double entendre, I think. I'm not French, but anyway. So he goes over and he's talking to him. And I'm sitting there, you know, and they look at me and they're giving me a sour look. Okay, they're giving me a sour look? I should be giving you a sour look. But anyway, so I go over and he's saying in Spanish, we're all Spanish, you know, this is, I'm like, oh, okay. And then, so then I'm with them. He walks out and I gave a signal to my partner, gave him the nod, that when he goes out, they're going to grab him, okay, because he's done. They don't want him to get to found out later that as soon as he got to his car, walked up to his car, they jammed him and got him. Okay, he's done. So I'm in here talking, and you know, in Spanish, and they're ready. Let's go, let's go, baby. And I go, do I pay you? Do I pay him? And they go, no, both of them. You don't pay him. You're not effing him. You're effing us. Oh, okay, all right. Well, now I got them. Okay, they're not exactly an innocent party in this whole situation. So I want to do it on purpose. I want to get words out of their mouth that they're not just somebody that a girlfriend. He says, set me up with his girlfriend. These are hookers. So I said, well, how much? Well, now we're talking money. And then, okay, so then my two partners are in the bar, and I give them another signal that it looks good. We walk out the front door, and they get grabbed. Okay, so everybody gets grabbed. So we grab them. They've got heroin on them. We grab the main guy. He's got heroin on him. So the guy was going to stiff me. Okay, well, that's all right. This isn't the honorary business here. These guys aren't Harvard degree graduates. And of course, we got to his car. We got back my two typewriters. We found a bunch of stolen property. We found Blaupunkt, which is a big radio at the time. A couple of those were in there. Some Mercedes radios were in there, other brands. So they scooped up the car, went back to his house. I didn't do this. They went back to his house with search warrants, a lot of stuff. And he was booked for all kinds of stuff, for selling me heroin, possession of stolen property, pimping, obviously. They were booked for possession of heroin and prostitution. And it was a good caper all the way around. We got 3 good bodies, got 3 people off the street. Nobody got hurt, everything was safe. We had 6 cops covering me. It's the way it should be. Take care of everybody, nobody gets hurt. So good caper all the way around. We paid the informant handsomely for this. In other words, probably around $1,000, which is pretty good for just giving me a name, and not bad for the informant. And so that's how they make their money. That's what they do. They help the police, whether you like them or not. Doesn't really matter. So that's my story. I was a heroin addict, and I apparently did a good job in acting. I was down and talking like one for a while, and I feel pretty good about that. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, and never know who you're talking to out there. And see you next time. Thank you. Bye.